Hi friends, I'm Rebecca. Welcome to Squintillions. Today I'm talking about certificates of deposit, also known as CDs. What's a CD? Not that thing you used to listen to music on before we all had iPods and phones. A certificate of deposit is a financial product that pays interest on a deposited amount of money that is held for a specific amount of time. For example, you might have an interest rate of 2% on a CD. You put $2,000 in your CD, and it's held for 2 years. At the end of the 2 years, you get your $2,000 back plus the interest that was earned on that money. As part of the Grow Your Dough challenge, I put $1,000 into a 1-year CD because I wanted to see what would happen if you used a traditional method of investing that didn't have any risk. I thought, what if everyone loses their money because the stock market plummets? Well, I wanted to have something safe to compare what kind of gain you can get. I used the Bankrate website to find the certificate of deposit that I invested in, and it wasn't the one that was earning the highest amount of interest, though it was near the top of the list. I decided to invest in a CD at Capital One because I already had a Capital One account, and I knew it would be very easy to set up the CD because I already had all of my information logged in with Capital One. When I was looking at CDs to invest in, the highest interest rate that I could find was 2.83% APY for 1 year. And that was with the First Internet Bank of Indiana. And I decided not to go with that because I wanted to go with Capital One, and their rate was 2.7% APY. So it wasn't too much of a difference, and by opening an account with a company where I already had accounts, it saved me some time. Now let's have a look at how you can find different CD rates using the Bankrate website. I'm here on the Bankrate website. It's just www.bankrate.com. And I'm going to go to CD rates now. And here's CD rates for February 2019. And I'm going to do what I did for the Grow Your Dough challenge, which was $1,000 as the deposit amount. I really want 1 year. Oh, how about specific terms? I'll get rid of those. I only want a 1 year. And then it shows featured results. Probably these people paid to have their CDs put on the first page. Let's look at all products. So here's what you can get for $1,000 in a CD at the end of February. And you can see right here we've got the Capital One CD that I decided to get. There was no minimum deposit needed, but I was doing $1,000 for the Grow Your Dough challenge. So I'm going to just sort by the APY. See, First Internet Bank of Indiana is on the top again. And then there's a few other choices here. Some of them have minimum deposit amounts. If you want to deposit less than $1,000, you're going to need to pay attention here, because here is a minimum deposit of $1,500, another one for $500 at Goldman Sachs. And then further down, there's quite a few where the deposit amount is $1,000 minimum. Keep an eye on that if you're not going to be depositing a lot of money. So we can see the highest rate is 2.81% APY. And then just going down, and then the 2.7s, 2.6s, 2.35, 2.25. I can show more results. And it goes on further down here. Now at this point, we're getting into the territory where you'd be better off opening up a high interest rate savings account, because there are a few out there that are at 2% or slightly above 2.1%, 2.2%. You're better off putting your money in a high interest rate savings account where you can get it out whenever you want. Because for a CD, if you put your money in a 1-year CD, you're supposed to leave it in the CD for 1 year, or else there's a penalty if you remove your money early. So if you are planning on doing a 1-year CD, make sure you're getting a rate that's over 2.35%, because I've seen high interest rate accounts that are at 2.39%, and even CIT Bank has one at 2.45% if you follow their specific terms. So anything less than that, you don't want to be putting your money in a CD. And let's look at the options if you have a longer period of time to do. I've just opened up a few CDs that are for 3 years in one of my brokerage accounts. And let's say you have a little more money. Let's say you have $5,000. You can get a little bit of higher rate if you're planning to keep your money in there longer. And also if you can put in a larger minimum deposit. We're at 3.1% here. I'm going to switch it to all products so we can see everything. So now we got MY Safra Bank has 3.1% for 3 years with a minimum deposit of $1,000. And now you have a lot more choices where you can put your CD, a lot of local banks in here, a lot of internet banks in here. Okay, and that's how you use Bankrate to find the CD that you want to have for the term that you want it for and for the deposit amount that you want to use. Remember to hit the like button and subscribe for more content on Squintillions.